I'm James Ivory, the film director. Most people don't know that my first film was made in Venice. I went there when I was 22 for the first time as a tourist, and I fell in love with the city immediately. I just fell passionately in love with Venice. I couldn't get it out of my mind. And then I went on to other places, Rome, and went back to the United States after that. Now, I was supposed to write a thesis there at the University of Southern California in the cinema school, but I put forward the idea that I would make a film about Venice and tell the story of Venice through its art. So I came back to Venice in 1952 with a 16mm camera, a new one that I had bought, a Bolex, and a tripod. No one helping me, no crew, no sound crew, and I'm not an art historian. And I said, but my stars are going to be the great painters of Venice, like Carpaccio and Gentile Bellini and Veronese and Guardi. They're my stars. I stayed in Venice across the winter of 1952 and 1953. And I went to work basically in the academia here. All the pictures, almost all the best pictures are here in the academia. And I shot those as best I could over that winter. So I had to go to the academia to do that. And somehow I got permission, I don't remember how anymore, but they let me in. And I hired a crew of electricians because I found, as soon as I set up my camera to work, that there wasn't enough light. That, and particularly with the big pictures, that they just ate up whatever light there was coming in from either the electric light or the light from skylights. So they just were these great dark things. So at that time, there was a defunct movie studio in Venice called the Scalera Studio. And I was able to rent 6 huge lights, I think they're called Brutes, and a couple of electricians that they still had around there to operate them. And we worked on those pictures, and every day it got hotter and hotter and hotter in those galleries. And the head of the museum, whose last name was Moschini, got more and more worried that we would burn up the place, or the lamps would fall on the pictures, or that they'd get so heated up that they would crack and all this sort of thing. No museum today would ever allow a film crew to come in with 6 huge lights like that and photograph their 500-year-old pictures. But we got through, and I made that film, and it was a success. It was acclaimed in New York, and my instructors did allow me to present it as a thesis film. And one of the things that people liked about it very, very much was the very close details that I got on many of the paintings. I mean, I could go very, very close with my lenses. And so you could get fantastic details. Now, through Samsung, who's been such a supporter here of the renovation of the academia, visitors to the gallery with a tablet featuring macro images and x-rays and provenance of the pictures. So that will be a wonderful new guide that wasn't there in my day, and you don't have to be an art historian to enjoy the pictures. I want to thank Samsung for its generosity, for all the help and their investment in this. Because art is, and always must be, available to everybody.